as well, as Fiora banned by Weibo once more. We'll see where else they go, because Taliyah has been a pick that's banned quite often on that red side, but will in fact be the Kalista taken away from LGD.
Yeah, Kalista gone. Just to shut down any early aggression. Fiora as well. Another Fearness pick. And Poppy taken off the board means that we won't get it as a first pick. I think first time it's not been through today. I think it's made it through every draft, but this one, it just seems like LGD did not want to deal with it. Again, Tien caused too many issues, and they will follow up with another Sivir ban. We heard in that interview with Huanfeng how much Sivir definitely does seem to suit Weibo as a team, right? If they do end up falling behind in the early game, then just having wave clear from Sivir to just slow down any tempo that is built up by the enemy team can be so potent. But of course, with very aggressive team compositions quite consistently, such a strong enabler. But well, where will LGD go? Zeri's up and available, by the way. My expectations are a first pick from LGD, but Weibo willingly banned away the Draven, so maybe they were expecting it. Fearness is just going to take up the Gnar again after game 1. Kind of surprised, but also we'll see how he pilots it this time as Taliyah immediate response. Maybe TheShy gets a pick in, or maybe they just do go towards Huanfeng on that Zeri. Let's see.
I feel like you got to go for the Zeri.
Yeah,
right?
me too.
Such an insanely strong pick, especially when you have an AD carry that wants to scale anyway. Like Huanfeng's default stance is scaling, so Zeri just matches that beautifully. Two really strong picks here from Weibo. Now over to LGD, because you could go for a jungler here, try and get your pick of the litter in terms of like maybe the Viego for Quay. But it looks like Aphelios and Renata currently available too.
Yep. Yeah, I think because of the Poppy ban, it means that Renata is available, so that could be a pretty strong 2-3. Offering immediately of the Ahri and getting that locked in, so now Weibo, if they really want it, could go for the Renata themselves, which I feel like wouldn't be too bad. I think when you're looking towards playing for a lane or playing away from a lane or just allowing a lane to scale, having a Zeri great, giving her the additional scaling that Renata can provide would also be quite beneficial. But SofM,
yeah,
he's hovering the champion. And, well, I don't know how many times he's played it, but I think the last time I was here was something like 15 games in a row or something ridiculous.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's been broken.
It's this is his 19th game on Viego. He has, I mean, let's be honest, he has more games on Viego this split, with this one included, than LEC players get games in a split. So
yeah,
it gives you some idea of quite how much Viego SofM has been playing this year. Wukong going to be banned away here by Weibo.
Yeah, Wukong, I expect 2 strong junglers to be taken out of the pool here. Scaling of the Yuumi, not too surprised. And I wonder if LGD are going to just go for the Renata just because they don't want to see it blinded. I expect Weibo will go for a counter pick for TheShy. Oh, that being said, actually, of course, with Gnar being there, they could just go for TheShy's pick on R4 anyway. So options pretty wide. It seems like Weibo are going to just ban away the Renata, which indicates to me that they are going for TheShy's pick now, and they're just going to give On complete control of what he gets to pick into, as he will get full information on what LGD will have come his pick.
Yeah, looks like On will be able to have the counter pick. We might even see something like a Braum coming out down in that bottom side, right? Be able to protect Huanfeng. Braum and Zeri is an insanely strong duo, especially if something like the Nautilus comes out from JinJiao. Have to wait and see, though, as the final ban comes out. It's a Rakan taken away from On in the bottom side. And as you rightly said, I feel like the pick here is for TheShy.
Yeah, I think when you ban away the Renata, if you're not looking for it on R4, I think it sells to me that TheShy will get his pick. Now, there's not really too much use in holding on to it, unless you really want TheShy to have an optimal pick. But, I feel like we've just seen this matchup, and
bit of deja vu here.
It didn't quite go well for Fearness. We'll see whether or not LGD can actually have a little more sway and say in this top side matchup, as playing with the idea of this Xin Zhao will get locked in, occasionally defaulted too once some of these early gaming junglers are kind of pinched away from. And now LGD, what will they blind here into the bottom side? Plenty of options. I feel like they definitely need a go button, right? So someone like Nautilus, that just makes the most sense. The LPL after all, but maybe we get something a little bit spicy. I think JinJiao's destiny is set, and we'll probably get this one locked in. So it just kind of makes me wonder, what will On give us? Like you said, just go towards the Braum, something super defensive. Alistar is what actually comes out in the end for LGD, and Braum works pretty damn good into Alistar. Once Alistar commits, he's in. Simple as that. And what does Braum do best at? Capitalizing on champions that go in. So I think it could be a pretty good shout from you, Munch.
We'll have to see, though, because, you know, lack of engage could be a significant issue for Weibo. So maybe a hard engage support could be the answer, and Leona does come through in the end. So On deciding to go with a little bit of sunlight down in the bottom lane alongside Zeri's lightning. I feel like this is going to be quite a different game to what we saw in game number 1 with the Taliyah out from Angel. I don't feel like he wants to just sit mid and scale in the same way he did in game number 1. He wants to get to those side lanes. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think Taliyah upgraded that, and SofM on the Viego is going to be able to definitely play out those 2v2s. I think Weibo this time around a much more proactive team composition in comparison to game number 1, as you mentioned. And this time I will say LGD at the very least can actually play out skirmishes a little more easily because Weibo themselves will be looking for them more proactively. And I think, of course, when you have the likes of Ahri and Zhao, playing out 2v2s can be quite easy, but I think it's going to be pretty hard to lock down the likes of Angel. We should have first move a lot out of that Taliyah Ahri lane, and that could probably be the crucial thing. I think first move out of mid lane is going to be the most important thing more than anything else here, if we're talking about playing towards those sides. It's a really interesting matchup between these two players as well, because Haichao, he's played Ahri twice so far this split, 100% win rate. Okay. Angel, on the other hand, has played Taliyah twice so far this split, 100% win rate. The KDA on the Ahri for Haichao, 9.5. The KDA for Taliyah for Angel, 18 over the course of those two games. So I feel like there's a lot of pressure on these two players to maintain their stats with these two picks. Haichao having that lane advantage, but I feel like this is going to be much more about team play.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Team play has to be a critical point for LGD into game number 2. One thing I have noticed definitely is Weibo's team composition is relatively lacking on AD. There's a lot of magic baked into this composition, right? Zeri's Q is about all the physical they'll get out of her. And Viego's kit is, of course, all physical. The rest of the team comp, all magic damage dealers. So LGD could definitely sit on some magic resist and really limit some of the damage options for a little while, I would say. We'll see what they decide to do on that front.
Definitely a lot of AP. You do still have the Viego, though, and obviously Huanfeng's basic auto attack damage is going to be AD. So we'll have to see whether or not we get a couple of Force of Natures coming out across the lineup of LGD. Let's talk early game, though, Jamada, because I feel like with a Zeri and Aphelios down in the bottom side, likely going to be playing it safe on the bottom lane, which means that TheShy and Fearness may well be going for another bounce up in the top lane.
Yes, perhaps there's some shenanigans afoot. We'll have to wait and see. TheShy this time around isn't getting quite as big an advantage at level 1.
Yeah.
So already a win for Fearness if you're well, if you're Fearness, to be fair.
Well, yeah. Definitely a win for him, that's for sure. Huanfeng trading damage onto JinJiao for Assum's damage onto On, but that's a bonus stun here. Good trade here for Weibo. Ignite onto JinJiao, damage onto Assum as well. As Weibo just doing their best to levy pressure in this bottom side and set up for a level 2.
Yeah, and SofM is actually going to be pathing away, so this is just going to be pure 2v2 pressure. Both these junglers, at the very least, on their early clear on the top side of the map.
He missed the pulverize. It's not ideal, but Weibo not quite level 2 just yet. There we go. Flash from On. Huanfeng dashes in as well. No ignite available. JinJiao will walk away and drops a cheeky little frog as well.
Cheeky little frog. They don't get his flash, though. On blows both with summoner spells. LGD up directly on that front, so not going to be feeling too horrible about it in actuality.
No, absolutely. It's a nice little trade for LGD. Very nicely done. JinJiao very pleased with himself, dropping a couple of those emotes after the play there. Feeling happy with the fact that he survived on this one. Already, though, up the top lane, TheShy building himself an advantage. Mid lane fairly even. As our junglers just finishing a full clear. The difference is Quay not going for those Krugs. So we could see a contestation for the top Scuttle Crab here. As SofM moves over towards it. Quay trying to make his way over to the plate as well. Jumps on in, and it's... I didn't even see who smited there, but ultimately it was Quay that got the crab.
Yeah, so SofM didn't have smite, so It would have been quite tough. Quay actually smited quite quickly. I think maybe didn't quite see SofM immediately. But both junglers move now towards the bottom side. On, however, has reset. Come down here and will break the shield for SofM. So he will get one Skull Crab out of the two. You can already see On starting to establish a little bit of vision. Down here, we'll get a control ward on the red, a ward on the Raptors. And they will have a pretty good idea of where Quay will be for the next couple of minutes. Now SofM will take a reset and we'll look to see where he looks to attack next.
Yeah, really nice stuff coming out from On just to set up his jungle for the crab, but also get some of that deep vision, because crucially, that control ward, it'll be spotted later on in the game when the red buff comes up again. The red buff ain't up for another few minutes just yet, and every single time Quay passes through the bottom side of the jungle, he'll be spotted unless he goes through that brush. We'll spot this red ward down in the bottom lane. He'll be able to clear that one up, but it does mean no pressure in this bottom side, just the wave being shoved in by the side of LGD.
Yep, at the very least, they'll get their reset in, unless On spots it out.
No cannons.
Yeah, no cannon. Occasionally it happens like that, but it seems like they'll actually cancel their recall, so this could give Angel a bit of a window. As you can see, he's got mid lane priority to try and get something going, and Weibo are all on the same page about this.
All in on the bottom side here is On. Fairly low HP, ignited. Assum going for one last auto, but SofM now trying to move into the play. Stun onto the big cow himself. Damage coming down, but Assum has stepped back into the fray once more. Picked up by Huanfeng, and there's first blood for Weibo.
All right, well, Weibo find their window. It seemed like the wave didn't quite crash fully, and LGD really wanted to commit to getting that wave under, and Weibo just punish accordingly. Mid lane priority from Angel. And it's a pretty easy Roman collapse from the entirety of Weibo. Clean kill, and that wave will partially be missed by Assum as well. Get a replay. And yeah, you can see the wave just not quite crashed, and LGD don't want to get frozen on, it feels like. And Weibo punished them slowly but surely. Gets a little bit dicey with On dropping so low, but you can see the numbers collapse as quickly as they can.
Yep, SofM started off, and Angel, you can see Angel's looking for JinJiao as well here. He really wants to go for the second kill, but they decide not to go for it. I'm kind of surprised that Angel didn't go for the flick onto Alistar there, try and burn the flash, but ends up not actually getting an assist on either of them in the end. So unfortunate for him. Here we go, Weaver's Wall. Now he'll get his kill onto Jinjiao, or will he? Good flash here, but Huanfeng there to follow. Good charm from Haichao. They will keep their support alive.
Wow, great flash, JinJiao. I feel like a lot of people would have flashed immediately back towards their team, but that pathing just means it's pretty difficult for the rest of Weibo to actually catch on. Are they going to turn this into a bottom lane dive, though? That's the thing. There's a wave here. Much, I think the answer is yes. But they've done the exact same thing. Look, On's underneath the tower.
This is the strat. I guess they just try and keep the support in to tank on up. JinJiao, one more shot, and will go down. On trades its support for support, and Huanfeng comes back to clean that wave up. Fearness in trouble on the top side. SofM on a ward. Drops that control ward just to clear the vision away. Fearness, you've got to be a little careful on this one, because I'm not sure that's a 2v1 you can win. Walks on up. Didn't expect SofM to still be there, I guess. And takes a chunk for his trouble.
Small chunk in the grand scheme of things, though. Mega Gnar, of course, you keep that % healing when you go up as well. So we'll do just okay with that extra pot on top to boot. Like you said, SofM just kind of sticks around, has a lot of patience. Quay.
Oh no, Quay trying to go for a blue buff, trying to go too deep. He smites for health here, but Angel should be able to finish this. Or can he? This is Xin Zhao doing big damage. Angel having to flash away. Ignite is there, but it's cleansed. And Angel will survive. On now, trying to escape with his own life. Does have flash though, so I think he should be okay. Oh, but Angel won't be. What a shot from Assum. Predicts where the mid laner is and finds a bonus kill.
Yeah, I mean, LGD getting a lot of what they want here. That's the second kill for Assum, and Skirmish is surely going to break out of this blue, though.
SofM grabs it. There's a triple knockup, and LGD doing a beautiful job during this skirmish here. Spirit Rush available for Haichao, but just going to use it to get back to the mid lane. Assum, the biggest benefactor of all of this chaos.
Yeah, exactly. And I think for LGD now, if they can actually try to continue to give pressure towards Assum, they've had pretty consistent lane priority here into Huanfeng and On. Maybe LGD have something to play with. Weibo, Angel gets picked off. Really strong, solid snipe from Assum with that Calibrum ultimate. And Weibo, I'm not going to say they're falling behind because they're up 1,000 gold, but definitely Gonna feel the
That's
pressure
the weird
potentially
thing,
of that
isn't
Aphelios.
It does feel like Weibo have been falling behind. That's the strange thing about this game, is Fearness sacrifices some minions to try and get on TheShy, but just can't close the gap. And once again, that CS lead for TheShy. He's not even recalled just yet, and he's still 20 CS up right now as SofM gonna move into this top side, start the Herald off with Angel's priority in the mid lane, with TheShy's priority up in that top side as well. So Weibo, despite a couple of these plays going a little awry, they are still up in gold. They got the first Drake. They're looking for the first Herald as well.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the Q damage potentially got blocked by that blue buff from Angel, and you can see Quay not afraid to just step up into Angel's face as the Xin Zhao almost drops down, cleanses the ignite, but Assum just about finds the angle. Angel tried to sidestep it, but as you can see,
That was
T
blind
Tors
as well.
pretty much blind. Yeah, good aim, really good aim. And now Assum picks up another plate by himself there too. So much gold in that Aphelios' back pocket. This is a little more of what we needed to see from last game when we had the Aphelios on Assum. But of course, a lot harder to actually find skirmishes. This time around, Weibo also been a lot more willing to fight. But it's been LGD coming out on top in, at the very least, that avenue of things.
Yeah, I feel like JinJiao tried to do the frog emote there, questioning why On was being aggressive, but immediately gets hit, so the emote goes away, and it kind of answers the question that he's asking with the emote. It's like, because I can, says On. A little bit of aggro there in the bottom side, and I feel like JinJiao is taking this series a little personally, honestly.
Yeah, just the touch. But I think this time on the Alistar, compared to last game on the Lawless, there's a little more room to have more impact than he did in game number 1, right? Being able to knock away the Kennen on some of these flanks could be absolutely huge. We saw how TheShy was able to pretty much pick apart an LGD at that dragon fight, which consequently pretty much ended the game, or any chances LG had at winning it. I think also just trying to find some flanks. Even though, again, I feel like LGD's, true engage options are kind of limited and a little bit time-based, window-based, right? Fearness on the Mega Gnar. JinJiao's going to have to find flanks or just directly flash into the face of Weibo. I think actually has a much better time at setting up his team compared to game 1.
Man, look at the gold difference in that top lane. It's 1.4k in favor of TheShy. SofM aggressed upon those. Quay trying to do that. Oh, Moonlight Vigil just a little too far forward there. Just a touch. Fearness turns Mega. Good flash from TheShy. Now gets a stun of his own, trying to turn this around, but Fearness jumps on top of him. No. Can't find the stun. The Shuriken goes wide as well. Oh, the boulder! Everyone misses everything, but Fearness comes out on top.
Fearness gets the solo kill on Shy. He finds his payback after all of the pain he's experienced in this lane and in game number 1. Fearness, I'm sure, even if LGD end up dropping this series, will probably feel pretty happy about this one. Get a replay straight away, as you can see. TheShy goes in, tries to just find the all-in damage. Doesn't quite have enough damage in the tank to kill Fearness before he goes into Mega. Flash comes away from the wallop. Jump in, Gnarl into the wall. And it's the boulder, the first one that connects. The wallop misses as it's the electric rush, but the second one comes through. Great stuff from Fearness, just capitalizing on TheShy, getting a little bit too comfortable up in that top side.
In the previous game, I nearly said yestergame. That should be a phrase. Yestergame, you were talking about how this is kind of classic TheShy, and now we see the other side of classic TheShy, right? Where he does go a little too far forward, overestimates what he can pull off in the side lane, and gets punished. In Fearness, definitely a player that is willing to punish the enemy if they go too far, if they're too aggressive. A little unfortunate for Angel. That plate will just be taken down by the minions. No one will get the gold from that one. But as we're getting pretty close to the 14-minute mark at this stage, feels like a pretty sizable plate advantage for LGD, right? 3 plates for Assum in the bottom side. It is 3 plates in the mid lane, but aside from that, I feel like I'd rather have the plates on that Aphelios.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the key thing. Gold has slightly different value depending on who's picking up the gold a lot of the time, right? As TheShy is going to get jumped on. He should be able to work this one out.
SofM flashes in. Fearness is so low on HP. Quite stunned. It's 3v2, but Weibo are winning it. JinJiao was not ready for the sudden play from SofM.
Yeah, no, that was pretty aggressive from SofM, to be fair. Fearness almost goes down. Assum, he's going to get dove here. Red and white makes it quite difficult.
Yeah, that's a lot of shuriken. I don't want to fight them chakrams.
Yeah, nah, I'm alright. Flash and cleanse also still available. That many chakrams before the dive even starts? Yeah, nah, I'm okay. Say Weibo, but this time around they could look for a second time, and Assum definitely paying his respect as he steps away a second time. Haichao not going to be in danger. If he got knocked back though, would have been aggressed onto almost certainly. Great sights.
Yeah, crucially as well, Huanfeng actually getting 2 plates off the back of that play on the bottom side. Could be in trouble, but is playing that Zeri, so just hugs the wall. Doesn't even have to use the little dash. He can just hang out here for a moment, clears away the ward that was placed, and then dashes over to his tower. So very nicely done. Still 2 minutes until that next Drake comes up. It's 1 apiece on those dragons. And the gold 2,000 in favor of Weibo. It feels like this is like a much bigger gold lead than is reasonable, right? Based on what's been happening so far this game, I'm not really sure how Weibo managed to get so far ahead.
Yeah, so we saw a lot of that gold lead came from the top side at the very least, but it's kind of hard to gauge from just the inventories alone. SofM seems to have a fairly sizable lead in gold, right? Yeah, it is a lot larger. A lot of the plates as well going on to Assum is going to feel pretty good. It seems like he's just going to get this tower as well in the face of Weibo and on.
On with a bit of a wonky solar flare on this one. Huanfeng having to use the ultimate just as a deterrent there. SofM. Oh, the charm from Haichao is huge. That might just be a kill onto the enemy jungler. Oh, the heal out from Angel with his spell book, and he knows every single page. And now in with the Weaver's Wall. Haichao will fall. Quay smites just to keep himself alive, but the rest of the team jumping on in. In goes Alistar to buy space, but on surviving for now. JinJiao going forward. Assum onto Huanfeng, who has to back away. Angel now on the front line as SofM returns to the fray, and Assum goes too deep. JinJiao, flash available. He wants to get to the wall and will be able to escape, but he escapes alone.
Escapes alone, 100 HP. SofM was hunting for him, but he's just going to pick up the red buff. Dragon's not even up. That's just the skirmish that happened to happen. Haichao originally going for the pick onto SofM. It looked like we'll get a replay just to get confirmation of what exactly was happening here. Is yeah, just a pick onto SofM between Quay. Quay gets knocked back. Haichao, however, doesn't quite manage to find him, and it's the heal from the heal flash. I didn't even catch it in the play-by-play. Keeps SofM alive, and from there, the collapse is on this wall. Denies any kind of disengage. Haichao dropped. Great knockback to bring Quay into range for Angel to actually find some damage. That knock-up almost gives on his immediate death, but the flash forward from Assum is what secures that one, and at this point, there's not really too much LGD can do other than retreat and hope they can pick up some return kills.
Really nicely played by Angel to find that last flick onto Assum. If they don't get Assum with the flick there, I actually think that might turn into an LGD play, but very nicely done. Weibo do find themselves the fight, and that fight basically worth 1,000 gold. They've increased their gold lead by 1,000 there, and it will grab them this Ocean Drake off the back of it. You can see on the top side though, Quay in that Herald pit, so should be able to at least trade it. JinJiao low on HP, will walk away with his life as Assum trades a bit onto on.
Just a touch, and LGD, they'll pick up this Herald, so we'll see where they want to go with it. Try and claw back some of this gold, pick up a tower. I think Weibo still going to be okay, though, with the gold lead that they've got. Yeah. And Huanfeng is just getting to that 3 iron point on the Zeri, of course, though. You have to always mention, when you talk about 3 iron points, the Aphelios, of course. Approaching the Collector, second is what Assum's going towards. And that's going to be a big deal as,
wait, what? TheShy.
All right.
He just drops his ulti in the front. Nobody saw. Nobody saw. So Fearness doesn't know it's on cooldown, I don't think.
Really, really angry at that bush. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, we love TheShy, don't we? He's just so
I don't think there's much we can take from that one aside from TheShy misclicked it. It happens to all of us. Take that as reassurance as you go into your solo queue games today that even TheShy messes up in the top side. He's not that long of a cooldown though, basically already halfway done. So by the time we've got a Baron or a Dragon coming up, he'll be ready.
Yeah, so, you know, there's nothing really on the map.
He gets the ace as well. He gets the ace. The timing on that award. Too perfect.
Oh, God. Is this a replay? Oh, okay.
Oh,
this is actually kind of important information because yeah. Okay. All right. You know what? I thought they were just memeing it, but that's actually pretty important because it does mean that LGD had absolutely zero idea. Of course, if they see TheShy just randomly blow Kennen arm, maybe all of a sudden they said numbers up there. So yeah, no information given away. And like we were saying, nothing's actually up, right? So it's not like the ultimate is super important at this moment in time. Dragon's still 3 minutes away. Baron spawning in a minute. And the ultimate is already back off cooldown.
I will say, my brain is playing tricks on me. I just glanced down at the inventories there for a second. I saw a Blade of the Rune King, and I thought it was on TheShy for a split second. I had flashbacks to Reckless in the bottom lane with the Bork Kennen, but no, it is actually on the Rune King himself, buying his own item. How lovely.
What a dark timeline that was. Kennen AD. Really happy that's not in Mare anymore. It was such a strangely...
It was a weird pick.
Yeah, she wasn't really good either. Like, it theoretically,
that's
it was
the
good.
thing. I don't feel like it was ever that successful. Oh my god, wow. See you later, Haichao. That almost happened in game number 1 on one of his TPs as well. This time, Weibo make it happen. Big damage onto SofM coming out from Assum. And once again, Assum is clearly the shining light for LGD. He's the man that's got to make it happen for this squad.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's on this 2-item spike, right? The Collector, there's not too much armor on the key targets that he's going to be hitting a lot of the time for now. Of course, SofM going towards that more tankier build, so sooner or later will be a little bit of an annoyance to deal with. No way, you solo kill him twice.
Fearness on 1 HP. Fearness also on 1 HP. TheShy has flash available. He's going to hold it. For now, at very least. Oh, the entire gang is coming. TheShy, what have you got up your sleeve? Boulderlands. See you later. Everyone pile drives in. And somehow, Assum actually got the kill for that one.
Yeah, all right. Assum, not too bad. Going to get the tower off the back of this as well. The Herald, they could even go for 2 charges. They have 3 members here against only the 2 of Weibo right now because Huanfeng was in the mid lane shoving up and Angel picked up that mid lane. Stunned just to slow down the Herald.
Yeah, because look, Zeri is on the way. Angel moving over as well, surfing along the wall. They're desperate to defend this tower. The charge happens, but the tower doesn't go down. And now SofM wants to chase here. Angel forces a flash out quick.
All right, not too bad for LGD, to be honest with you. Assum gets a kill, gets a tower gold. And we spoke about, he's the man for LGD to look up to in these team fights. That's going to get him towards that Infinity Edge also quicker. Has that BF sword already off the back of that sequence of play.
So, Jamada, 30 seconds here. 30 seconds until the Drake comes up, right? This is crucial. This is a huge moment. You see Huanfeng, 2.5 items. Assum, 2.5 items. How does this fight have to go for LGD if they want to deny Soul Point?
I think they really have to find a massive ultimate from Fearness here. Lock down Huanfeng, lock down Angel. If you can remove them, great team fighters. And also TheShy can't find the flank angle.
Big damage onto both supports here. That's going to be Unbreakable Will, though, used by JinJiao. Massive cooldown. That's a bad start to the fight, it has to be said. Fearness may be caught on the bottom side. Flash forward from TheShy. Saved it from the previous play. And now it pays dividends. SofM takes Fearness down. You said Fearness ult was the way for LGD to find the fight. Well, they don't even have a Fearness, never mind an ult.
Are they going to try and flip Baron? Because they have red-white. And even though Fearness is dead, you can see SofM is on the bottom side committed to the dragon. It seems like they think the better of it.
He's holding his smite. He's holding his smite just in case the Baron flip does occur. Doesn't opt to use that one at the end. But as you say, they back away.
They back away. They were still considering it even up to now, at least going off the pings.
Yeah.
LGD.
Solar Flare is the basic ability for him at this point. Like, did you see him ulting just to face check the Thrush? Like, I like the creativity, knowing there's no fight coming up though.
I will say as well, Solar Flare has a deceptively low cooldown. It's already a third of the way back up. Picture in picture of some pretty fancy feet from TheShy. All right, cool. I thought maybe a little more would come from that, but hey.
But Haichao using his ult, I think, is what they were
probably the
trying to show us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, 4,000 gold lead, 3 Drakes for Weibo, everything going their way. Just like the Doctor ordered for Weibo here, is they're looking for their 9th win. And they're looking to make their way towards double digits as they try and get seeding for playoffs. LGD, remember, If they lose this game, if they lose this series, their hopes of playoffs become that much further away. They'll be on 9 losses, and that is where it becomes almost impossible to make your way back in. Your fate is no longer just in your own hands.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, LGD, whilst still being a far way from playoffs, it's still a possibility that has to be considered. But right now, Weibo are snuffing out that hope for them. And Weibo are playing for as high a seed as they can get in playoffs. I think if you asked many people a couple of weeks ago, hey, how do you feel about Weibo in their playoff standings? Some people would have probably even been pressed to put them in just about the top 5, right? Let alone top 6, but right now, playing pretty happily for it.
You know, if you think a couple of weeks ago, a lot of people were saying anyone's legend for a top 6 team.
Yeah.
I feel like right now, Weibo very much in a top 6 position in my mind. I think there is an outside chance that if Weibo can continue to play the way that they have been the last week or two, genuinely might be able to make top 4. If with this win here, they would tie RNG for wins, but unfortunately they have 2 more losses. So they would require one of these top 4 teams to have a rough last couple of weeks, right? They need RNG to get a couple more losses to be able to make it into that top 4. So it's kind of out of their hands whether they get top 4. All they can do is win every game that's presented to you.
Just win for it, and you will do well.
Just click their heads.
Just click their heads, yeah. We're playing CSGO all of a sudden. Or Valorant. Just click heads, and it's as easy as that. But Weibo, it feels like, in that vein of thought, have been doing just that. They've been taking scalps pretty comfortably over the last couple of weeks. And LGD seems like it's just another name in their notebook so far. But still, the game is definitely playable for LGD compared to last game. I feel like the draft was a little bit too much to overcome in the mid-game and towards the later stages. This time around, a lot more brawlery, a lot more conditions to actually play with and around on both sides, really. And I think that flexibility could give LGD an in. Again, spoke about Fearness trying to find an ult. Assum just picked up the Infinity Edge. So LGD now have their 3-item Aphelios. They have a very, very strong tool to play with.
Oh, Fearness going in, but look at the preemptive ult from TheShy. Gets a stun onto Haichao. Huanfeng is here, trying to blast away with his ultimate ticket, but TheShy healthy enough here. And there's just lightning for days out of Huanfeng and TheShy. Fearness goes down. Baron is available.
Yeah, Baron is available. It's on the other side of the map, though. SofM, kind of the lone one here. It seems like they're just more willing to play towards this Ocean Dragon and Soul instead. Slightly safer condition. Go for that, then play for that Baron. Makes sense. They're just going to shove in the bottom side. That tier 2 tower is relatively chunked out. As replay, we'll get it. Just has Haichao behind him, Fearness, so jumps forward, flashes in, tries to kind of sell it as if he's just kind of clearing the wave, but come out of the replay.
It's chaos on the Rift. Huanfeng over the wall to try and protect his mid laner and protect him. He will, but it's a 1-for-1 there. 2-for-1 now as it's a re-engage out from SofM over the wall. Quay in trouble, and TheShy arrives on the backside of the fight. Haichao almost alone as Fearness only just respawning here. We were talking about Baron. It does not look like Weibo care at all about Baron right now because in 15 seconds, Ocean Soul is up. As I say that, though, they do go up to the Baron instead.
Yeah, they're giving you a little bit of grief there on the call, but it's all right. Weibo, they'll pick up this Baron. They'll do it quite quick with Huanfeng here. And Blade the Ring King on SofM as well will add a fair amount of deceptively fast Baron shred, as we didn't actually get a look how it started. It's just on. Face checking into Haichao. First move comes in so quickly from Weibo, but look how much damage Assum does. It's just Angel with that stopwatch or Zhonya's, and unfortunately, Huanfeng just comes over the wall and assassinates him. Yeah,
Assum though crits Angel for 535. Oh wait, Huanfeng got the Drake somehow and now flashes forward. Huanfeng says, LGD, this is my game, this is my Rift, and this is my soul. SofM has to back away here. 14-7, a soul, a Baron. Weibo have everything they could dream of.
Everything they could dream of, everything they need to just close this game out. I want to know how the hell Huanfeng stole.
I know. Okay, here we go. Engage on in the middle of everyone. Low on HP and will go down. Huanfeng you know, stacking his ult, but it's not going to be able to do too much for him here. Assum in the play, moves forward, using the Q on the Severum, trying to close the gap, but the Moonlight Vigil goes slightly wide. SofM now steps on up. Weibo are just brawling in the bottom side with 3 members as Angel takes the tower in the mid lane.
Yeah, you know, Weibo, they're doing their usual fighting shenanigans. Angel's like, okay, guys, I will play League of Legends. I will take the structures. At the very least, gets that mid lane tier 2. But this Baron, it's not amounting to as much, perhaps, as Weibo would like, because how does this all unfold? This Haichao and Fearness in the pit. TheShy doesn't have ult, so unfortunately can't immediately one-shot the Ahri and gets blown up for it. But pretty damn close without no ult, I will say. Credit to him, that is damage.
Oh, it's a laser, isn't it? It's just a laser. I mean, they have no burst damage. It's Ahri and Gnar. Who's going to burst it down? And then Huanfeng lasers it for all of its health and just one-shots the pair of them.
I'm going to be honest. I want that Spartan laser shenanigans out of the W gone. Because look at that, man. Like
600!
From
600!
From downtown. Like, it's... Ah, man.
I mean, that's the best way to describe it. The Spartan laser. That is exactly what it is. Huanfeng going full Master Chief. Not by scoreline this time. By the damage he is doing with that laser across the enemy team. Looking for a couple of achievements here. Remember, there is that Lone Wolves achievement. If you can hit 2 people in Lone Wolves with the Spartan laser, you do get a couple of gamer points for yourself. Huanfeng looking for exactly that.
That's such an obscure reference that not many people are going to get. But I do,
Mongoose
so
Modown.
that's
That was the hardest one.
It took me so long to get Mongoose Modown.
The boomers in chat loving this conversation. Everyone else wondering what on earth the katana means. Here we go. Engage onto On at the bottom side. He's tanky, though, and buying space and time for his team. JinJiao will be the one to go in. On staying on the edge of the fight here. TheShy falls, and there's a kill for Fearness as well. This is actually way closer than I feel like it should be. Huanfeng steps on up to hit the tower. Wants to keep his ult ticking here. As in goes SofM onto Fearness. The Mega Gnar ult is used, but Angel can chase him down. Actually, Fearness over the wall. Huanfeng still hammering away in the base right now. This was a really weird fight. And Huanfeng can't actually finish the tower. Oh no, Weaver's Wall from Angel. Assum doesn't have anywhere to go and he's just destroyed. He's rinsed underneath the tower. And Weibo, they have their entrance.
Rinsed, hot washed. Take your pick. And now Weibo, they're just going to go towards these Nexus towers. It's still a 3v3, so chance is there for LGD to actually hold out quite comfortably. And it seems like Weibo are just going to cede control and just
it feels like Weibo kind of stalling out a little bit here. Angel actually forced a flash as well. Like Weibo, despite having an Ocean Soul and a Baron, going for these weird fights instead of playing it slow and being punished pretty heavily.
Yeah, all right. Well, LGD hold on to the game. That's big. They're losing grasp of this gold lead, but it's kind of grown on us. That Baron power play ended up being not too bad. I think it popped up at the bottom of the screen. I think it said 5.5k. A lot was had. And now they can kind of just wait for both the Elder and the Dragon. Now, crucially, they're both going to be up at the same time. So, LGD can try and force Weibo into a decision. But, realistically, I think Weibo will just follow LGD around if worst comes to worst. And just mow them down as they please.
Shy moving up towards this top side, the rest of the team moving towards that middle lane. And you can see Fearness pushing the wave out as far as he can, but the supers will slowly but surely stack up in that bottom side and move their way into the base. Weibo looking to play with that pressure. Top lane tier 2 will be taken down with... I'm not sure that this is something LGD can realistically defend, honestly, but no pressure from the supers on the bottom side just yet, so LGD can commit members to this top side play. Haichao finds a charm here. SofM, no, TheShy in trouble here. Gets his stuns out, though, and it's Quay that goes down. It was all a bait after all. The Moonlight Vigil right between the goalposts here. Oh, big damage to the man of Assum. He wants to turn the game around. He wants to make the play. The flash onto Angel, but shut down by Huanfeng in the end. And now they'll stack in on up. Huanfeng flashes in. He's the superstar AD carry. He's the one making plays today, Assum. Fearness jumps back in, taken down for the triple kill. And I think that might be game.
Huanfeng saw Assum finally getting to play Aphelios in one of these team fights, and he says, nope, not on my watch. slams him down with that ultimate, and this should very well just be game. Weibo, this one was a little bit closer than they probably wanted come the mid stages, but the Parent Power Play ballooned up the gold so much, and they'll take it in a 2-0 fashion. LGD, I think they can stand a little bit proud of how they played in the early stages, but they'll pick up one more kill for their troubles. Huanfeng, who's 11-0-9 on the game. That's Weibo picking up another series.
Yeah, a tough one there for Weibo to finish out, but ultimately coming out on top in all of these team fights, getting the objectives, getting the soul, and finishing things off slowly but surely. And I feel like LGD, it's a painful loss because, you know, they were the underdogs coming in and they did really need this win if they wanted to have control of whether or not they make playoffs. Ultimately, an expected loss, but with how they performed in that last game, with how close so many of those fights were, I feel like that must have been, like, I feel like the players must have felt so close so many times of making that happen, and then it's just always out of reach. It's like the carrot on the end of the stick.
Yeah, it's always going to feel frustrating, right? You lose a series like this, everyone's just going to see 2-0 and just expect, oh, okay, Weibo probably just walked over them. But that wasn't the story. Like, truly, that wasn't the story here for LGD. And like you say, playoffs hopes pretty much out of their hands at this point, picking up that 9th win. Maybe some kind of late surgence can, you know, come to a foot. I mean, hey, WE are mathematically not locked out of playoffs yet, so who knows? But yeah, I think they can still be proud of how they played, especially the early games. Both games. Game 1, very tough to play out. Game 2, not too bad. But Weibo still looking like this much stronger and far more consistent team than we are anticipating moving out of the middle part of the split, moving towards the back end now as they pick up their 9th series win.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do just want to quickly mention as well that WE actually would have been knocked out of playoffs contention if TT won this morning. But Top Esports obviously beating TT 2-0 in the end. Just a funny little interaction I thought I'd mention at very least. But Jamada, I'm kind of amazed how quickly today has gone. It's only 20 past 1 where I live, which usually we finish at like 3-4 o'clock. So it's been a quick one, and I feel like you've been kind of shortchanged as your guest casting here in the LPL.
Hold on,
you only get 4 games.
To be fair, shortchanged today, yes. But I did also get to cast the rookie versus rookie versus TheShy a couple of weeks ago, and that was one of our best series in the LPL. So, you know what? Shortchanged today, sure, but I think I'm still, you know, I'm in surplus of some of the cool stuff I've been here for.
And to be fair, the games today have been pretty good as well. So final look at the scoreboard here as we round out the second series. Weibo doing well, 2-0 in the end. I think TheShy highlight player in both games as Huanfeng. You know, late game team fighting is very much within his wheelhouse.
Absolutely it is, and that final fight where maybe LGD could have come back into it, he just slams Assum in the face with his whole kit. Says, not today. Definitely kind of feel bad for Assum. Both games, he had a pretty okay platform to play from. But unfortunately,